How I invest and save money. This is the show this evening. I appreciate y'all checking out the show. I see y'all y'all mad interested in my private business. Why y'all being nosy? I'm just playing. I'm in a good mood today. I woke up clowning. Someone told me I played too much. I ain't heard that in a long time. So I heard that today. It's been a while since I heard it. But, I'm in a good mood today. I don't know if y'all can hear it, so I'm kind of clowning. But, yeah, I see y'all being nosy, basically. Anyways, I'm going to talk about how I invest and how I, save. And obviously, I'm going to be discussing on behalf of, my private estate, on behalf of a trust or estate, or, maybe even a family foundation. But we're very careful, obviously, to not have, too many investments on the foundation side. Let me be clear. Do that, there's taxes. And somebody told me, I need to look into 508s. And I'm the type of person, I still know that I don't know everything. So I'm definitely going to be looking into these 508 entities just because, why not? And I'm always down to learn, like I said. But I appreciate y'all checking out the show. I definitely do. And, I look to give y'all some value. So first and foremost, when you're investing and when you're saving, I want to say that you need to be looking out for the long haul. The long haul. I said whole. The long haul. I don't look at growing wealth and investing as like a quick type of deal. I'm sure there's short-term, medium, and then long-term strategies. But overall, the outlook is extrapolated over time. So, it's a drawn-out outlook. So I do want to say that before I get started. I also want to say I am not giving legal advice, investment advice, not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you this is how you be successful. I don't want to hear it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just, I felt like, why not? Why not tell y'all a little bit about how I do it and what I do and what I find the most value in, what strategies I value the most, and why. And why. Why not? So I definitely want to say, when you're looking at these strategies, you want to think over time. Talking about time. If you're looking at some quick stuff, it doesn't work. And how I found out that quick stuff doesn't work was trying to execute quick stuff over my life and realizing, man, you know what, let me just make this happen for real. Then listen to what people are telling me who already have what I want. And I'm not talking about on some envious stuff. I'm talking on some inspiring, from a level of inspiration, not a level of envy. If I'm ever looking at anyone else's stuff, it's from aspiration, inspiration. I know envious stuff, and I suggest you be on the same level, man, because it's important to keep, a certain level of your mind, especially when we're dealing with the law of attraction. So I'm gonna talk about some sound investing, not sophisticated or not too sophisticated. So if you're looking for sophisticated information, hey, this might not be it. I apologize. And like I said, from the trust standpoint, not from the standpoint of a self-dealing or some sort of commingling. Also, from the understanding and standpoint that there is no money in circulation. How about that? We had that caveat. And what that means is, if you look in the Constitution, Congress delineated or determined, or the framers of the Constitution, that's why I couldn't get that out. The framers of the Constitution determined what money was. And it's definitely not what's popping in the streets right now. But before we jump into that, I want to talk about appreciation versus depreciation. Obviously, most of y'all know, self-explanatory, appreciation is something that gains or raises in value. Depreciation is something that loses value over time. And understanding appreciation and depreciation, especially when you're talking about personal property and real estate, is very, very important. I'm not talking about a tax standpoint at all, write-offs, none of that. What I'm talking about is from the standpoint of value, whether it's relative value, fiat value, monetary value, tangible. You know what I'm talking about, hopefully. But I'm not talking about taxes. So, perfect example. Depreciation, an item that you could put your money in, thinking that you are actually making some sort of sound investment, and you're really not. You are paying for depreciation on the item, even if you're going to keep it forever. I still think it's ridiculous to pay for depreciation. Perfect example, like I said, and a lot of people will give this example, is the purchase of a new car. A lot of people say it loses money as soon as you drive it off the lot. Technically, this is true. But over a certain time period, the car will depreciate to a certain level and then kind of sit there. And depending on the mileage and so on and so forth, it'll sit around a certain level. It'll be, fluctuate between a certain amount or a certain value. And to purchase something at the height of its depreciation cycle is not sound, in my opinion, when you're talking about investing and saving. It's not a sound practice. Appreciation, in my opinion, like a classic car or something, or maybe a car, because I'm talking about cars, in this example, maybe a car that you believe is, or pretty sure is going to become, quote, a classic car. For example, I'm into BMWs. I love them things. I know that there's a certain year where they stop. I'm sorry, hold on, let me back up. There's a certain BMW model that they make that is a performance type model. It's called the M series. They make M3s, M4s, and so on and so forth. But the M3 and then the M5, but mostly the M3 is very, 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 very popular among enthusiasts. And then Audi has an S line, blah, 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 blah. But there's a certain year where they stopped making manual transmission, stick shift transmission M3s. And I feel that year and maybe a couple years before that are going to, once they hit their depreciation spot, they're going to raise in value exponentially over time. And they're going to appreciate. And there's going to be a certain point where it's going to be very, very potentially profitable on an investment side to purchase a specific car. Now, I'm in the M3, so this is what I know. You is different. But before you start getting into investing, even on a sound level, you need to understand what appreciation is and what depreciation is and what it means. Same thing is you go buy something at the store, they say 30 days return exchange. After 30 days, they ain't going to give it back to you. They're not going to take it back and give you your money back to you. And if you take it to another store, a third hand or a pawn shop or something, you're not going to get what you paid for. That's another type of depreciation. Really, it's retail prices, whatever. Values in the eye of the beholder. But understanding appreciation and depreciation is important. And I'm sorry if this wasted your time. But this is one of the foundational principles when it comes to how I invest and how I save. Also, having established that, I'm going to go back and forth a little bit on the save side and on the investment side. There may be a couple things that might surprise you. There might not be anything that surprises you. There may be some things you didn't think about. I'm going to try to hit as many bases as I can. I did prep for this as best as I could, so I'm going by my notes, y'all. So on the saving side, how do I save? First and foremost, on behalf of my private estate, which entity names will remain nameless, we save. Saving, the act of saving, is executed primarily through the exchange of fiat or Federal Reserve notes, specifically in this situation, for gold, silver, and other precious metals. This is not investing. We do not invest in precious metals. We don't. The so-called numismatic coins is a bunch of crap. If you read the Gold and Silver Coin Act, the American Eagle Silver Coin Act, the American Eagle Gold Coin Act, and then the American Eagle Silver Coin Act. It's around 1985, 86. I got it somewhere. I'm just not going to take the time to find it right now. But Congress designated only those coins as numismatic. And you get into the coin industry, you out here trying to buy some gold and silver. These fools will tell you, oh, this is a Roman denarii and it's worth $500 if you buy it now, but it's going to be worth $2,000. How much is it silver? Yeah, it's silver. How much does it weigh? Oh, well, the weight doesn't matter. Yes, it does. If you don't understand that, I'm not trying to hear it. I don't care if it's from Rome, from the Aztecs, if it's Egyptian gold. I'm not paying too much above spot price. It's dollar cost averaging. Hands down. Because when you go to exchange that metal, you want something, if you have to exchange, you want something that's easily recognizable. You don't have to cut pieces off of it and try to put it in chemicals and try to, test it and stuff like, you want something very, very easily recognizable, so therefore it can be easily exchanged. And you want something easily portable. You get those types of coins and stuff, they come in these cases and you got the boxes, damn all that. Excuse my language, but I ain't got time for all that. Maybe you are the type of person, like you're into coins and, different poured, coins and minted coins and, proof coin. You're into that stuff. You're into, different trinkets and stuff made out of gold and silver. Okay, let that be one of your professions. Maybe that can be one of your streams of income. Me personally, I'm not into that. I'm in the actual intrinsic value. I want the metal. I want the money. So that's number one. That's number one, how we save in the so-called state. So we need to understand what real money is. It's never been paper money. It's always been gold and silver. Gold and silver, these papers, dollars represented a certain amount, weight of gold and silver at the Federal Reserve, literally up until like the 1970s, if you want to be specific. I think it was Bretton Woods or something. I don't know, man. Got a lot of stuff in my brain. Gold and silver has always been real money. Well, I would say that's number one. Most of y'all probably already know that. On the investment side, hands down, the first things you invest in, most of y'all, you can probably say it with me, real estate. Hands down. It is the number one differentiator when it comes to the wealth of a family on the planet, especially in the United States or United States of America or America, or however you pronounce this landmass. Real estate. Real estate appreciates. As you pay down the mortgage, the gap between what is owed on the property versus how much the property is worth grows and grows. And as you have the market appreciating, the value of the property is growing as well. You can turn around, purchase a property. If you do a property, turn around in the right market in 2 or 3 years, have the property have appreciated the value to, between 25 and 40%. And you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. 40% is nearly half. So if you paid $200,000 on your property, you're talking about almost $100,000 you've technically made just by holding and paying down the mortgage on that property. Now, when you get into multifamilies, you're getting really creative and you're getting crazy. It's called house hacking. It's a fast pathway to wealth and independence. People do it all the time, especially couples or partners, like two friends or something. They'll go and qualify for a first-time home buyer loan, and they'll get a multifamily, two units, a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex. You can do up to a fourplex. And they'll get one like really cheap or within their budget or something. They might have to do some work on it. But most often, the first one that they get, it's gonna be move-in ready, and they're gonna want to get the tenants in there right away, and they're gonna live there. And one of them may live there, and one of them might not, or whatever. But after 2 years, the rent that comes in from the property is counted as income on top of their work income, their job income. So 2 years later, they go back, and not only do they count their income, each individual, and you can do it a couple or whatever, even if you're married, same thing. Not only do they count their income, but also the rents that they were getting off that multi-family property. Even if it's just one unit that they're renting out, that is income as well. Plus, they paid down the loan for 2 years, so there's equity in the property. Maybe it might be $20,000, might be $15,000, might be $10,000, might be $8,000, doesn't matter, it's money. And that basically is money in the bank. So they take that, their income, their 2 years of tax return, the income off their property, and the equity, they assign the equity in their property and go buy another property or even two. And these ones, they rehab. So they live in them while they fix it. They move out of their previous one and rent out the other unit. Now they got double income. And now they got two properties, and each of them live in it, and they go take turns on the weekend, and they go fix it up. And guess what happens? They both sell those properties, and now they can quit their jobs. They got income from the first properties. They can rent out the other two properties. Now they got three properties. Probably they're multi-units. Now they can really realistically live off real estate, and they did that in 4 years, realistically. 4 years. I think the minimum for an FHA loan is like $580 or something. Don't quote me. And 2 years of tax returns. Everybody got 2 years of tax returns because they've been working for the man, waiting for the tax return. Most of us just spent our tax returns. But if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So real estate, that's number one. And if you get creative with it, you can come up in under 5 years. Think about it. What were you doing 5 years ago? Isn't 5 years ago like yesterday? To a lot of you, it's like, man, that was 5 years ago? What? It's already been 5 years? What? Savings, back on the savings side, especially when you're talking about the family estate. Life insurance. But so, life insurance, don't you have to pay a premium? Yes. How is that saving? Isn't that an investment? Because then you get a death benefit, so hopefully you paid less into the insurance over time than the benefit was. Okay, yeah, technically sure. But in these specific type of policies that we deal with in the private, there's a cash value. And this cash value is available between 24 hours and sometimes it's usually 30 days after you pay the premium. So it's basically a bank. If you're paying premiums into the life insurance policy over a couple of years, you're building up cash value in the policy that you can borrow out for large purchases. So you don't have to, finance your vehicle through the bank. You can just finance it through your life insurance policy. Finance the down payment of the property through the bank, or have to save it up in a bank account. And a lot of times you're paying life insurance policies, there's some sort of deduction that's allowed, even on the individual side, but usually you have to be the owner and the benefit. I mean, at least the owner and the insured, not the beneficiary. But like I said, I ain't giving legal advice. Get off me. But life insurance is huge on the savings side. It's huge. And these are things that people are not telling. It's spoken about in the private with whispers. And when you do talk about stuff like that, they kind of look at you weird, like, why are you talking about this? This is stuff we don't talk about, and this stuff I learned when I was a child, not to talk about. And we just assume that you already knew this. And if you don't know this, why are you over here with us? So yeah, there's life insurance. That's on the savings side. Investment side, businesses. Invest in businesses. I'm not talking about buying stocks. I'm talking about family businesses. I'm not talking about businesses plural. I'm talking to a plural amount of people. So I'm saying businesses. But a family business is important, even if it's a singular generation business, which means, maybe you operated, or you and your spouse or significant other, y'all operated, or maybe you and your son or you and your daughter, y'all operate the business through y'all lifetimes, and then after that, maybe it's a niche business. You guys are doing security software or something, and no one else knows how to code that stuff in your family. So after y'all stop operating that business, it kind of, y'all have to dissolve it because there's nothing. But I mean, there's other businesses y'all can get in that the family can, it doesn't really take an education to run a tailored business. Maybe just a couple family members will get the education and then teach everything they know to their heirs. And, you have a family tailor shop, or you have a family laundromat, or you have I've known these types of businesses that have been kept through the family over generations. And, hey, man, what's up, man? Good to see you. Your family still own that laundromat? Yeah. And we own a couple more now, too. And when we were kids, his family owned a laundromat. And that was like part of their thing and stuff. So, think of like family businesses. If you own real estate, you can do Airbnb. That's a side hustle. Boom. You can do drop shipping with heavy promotion online. Do an Instagram page, do a Twitter page. These dudes are making killings off of, different types of products. I saw this one. It was brilliant. On Instagram, you can look at a post and then you can swipe, left, and they have multiple different pictures or posts on one post. Well, it was this one post talking about EMF radiation in headphones and how, you have EMF radiation if the headphones, if the speaker is built into the headphones, you're putting the speaker in your ear. And it was like, it was presented as an informative post. But after the last page, they were selling headphones for $10 with free shipping or something like that. With the speaker wasn't in the actual part that you put in your ear. It was like further down the wire or something like that. And like, if you can get people emotionally charged about a topic, you can definitely sell them a product. Tell them. So yeah, I mean, drop shipping, some sort of cleaning service. You can start a cleaning service. There's apps called Nextdoor. There's what is it called? Fiverr, FIVRR.com. You can get like a logo done for $50 by somebody in India. You just tell them what you want, make an account, tell them what you want. You got to find someone who does logos. It's not hard though, because you just do a search. Tell them what you want, what kind of logo you want, and then they do the logo for $50. Come on. No, but I mean, I know stuff people don't know about. But you can do a cleaning service or something. It don't take much to start up a cleaning service, and you can be just a cleaning service that only cleans on the weekends if you have a job. Maybe you clean 10 hours on the weekend. Maybe you don't. Moving services is another thing. This one, requires a truck, but a lot of that is just manual labor. If you can make an agreement. You're going to make an agreement with, your friend, your brother, or something with regards to this moving company and how it grows and how it's going to be split. That's not tough. Uber, Lyft is another business you can invest in. Fix your credit up, man. Fix your credit up. Throw some AUs on there. Holler at my guy, Sharon L. Get your credit up, throw some users or, whatever. You got season accounts, dollar at Toronto, whatever. I don't know. And then, go get a loan on a vehicle. I'm not telling you, I ain't giving you the legal advice. Go get a loan on a vehicle. And then Uber, you only got an Uber enough to pay the payment and the insurance. So you can at least make the car pay for itself. And then, I don't know, work part-time, figure out your rent. And then, food or something. Try to lower your expenses as much as you can and free up your time as much as you can to focus on your business. It's very important, man. I mean, grinding for 2 years straight, while everybody else is out there having fun and doing their normal thing is definitely worth it. When they're asking you how you doing this and where you going and where you come from, and you start talking to them about stuff that they can't even imagine themselves being a part of. It's it's a rewarding thing. Real talk, I'm gonna keep it honest. This requires a truck too, though. But metals collecting, you know what I'm saying? I see them cats with the trucks. They be running down alleys and stuff, grabbing people's old bunk beds and water heaters and throwing them in the back of the truck and going recycling that stuff, man. And if you're looking at it like that, it's just money laying around. They're just picking up money and going to grab, going to get the money. So I just want to throw out there a couple of businesses as far as on the investment side that I think are practical and that we can get into, right away. But I think real estate should be on the top of your list. You should definitely write that down as a goal and start making moves to get into some multifamily real estate and get that popping. And people are like, oh, I'm not going to use the social. Okay, well, all right. Back on the savings side, believe it or not, a great way of saving, and some of y'all might be on this, is 22 karat and up gold, 22 karat gold, 24 karat gold, jewelry. Most people don't know, you go out of town, you go out of the country. If you go buy coins and bars, you got to declare it and declare its value. But you can get chains and necklaces and rings and stuff, put that stuff on, put your bracelets on and stuff, you ain't got to declare that. You got to declare the value. It's looked at as more private. I think that's a great thing. And, it can be passed down from generation to generation. And it is money. It's money. So you can build up your family heirlooms. Staying on the savings side, thinking of that, I got some people that I know, they're into, holistic, and I was thinking about it and have thought about it. They're really into holistic, but they pretty much sold me on the benefits of actual real silverware and how it has antimicrobial properties and so on and so forth, copperware and silverware, but more specifically silverware. You can go to estate sales or pawn shops, or, gold and silver dealers, or give them calls and let them know that, hey, I'm looking for used silverware. So if you ever get it, go ahead and hit me up. You can get that stuff for pretty much spot price. It's practical. You can actually use it, and it's money. I've read several times in history where individuals and even families have had to run and flee their native lands or cities or whatever, and were able to transfer their wealth to their new spot just because they took their silverware and their candlesticks and all their gold and silver ornaments. The wealth, they made the wealth practical. They made it practical to use every single day. I think there's something to be said about that. So, shout out to my guy who put me onto that. On the investment side, mining stocks. Straight up, mining stocks. I don't really mess with stocks, but when I do, they're mostly mining stocks. Mining stocks typically bang harder than precious metals during a recession. I know that there's a recession coming, so I'm, getting into things that I know that are heavy recession winners. And one of those is precious metals mining stocks, silver mining stocks, gold mining stocks. And, you're not going to really find too many primary silver miners, but definitely do your research, check prospectuses, look at P&Ls, do your research. I'm not giving you stock advice. That's why I'm not going to say any real stock picks or anything like that. But mining stocks, precious metal mining stocks, check them out. E-waste, electronic waste stocks, investment side. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's brilliant. I think it's very interesting that they're getting more gold from a ton of electronic waste than they are from the best ore they can find on the planet. Significantly more gold from a ton of electronic waste than they are from the best ore they can find on the planet. Significant amounts more. Think about what I just said. If you're into it, if you're hip, this is for y'all, some of y'all sophisticated cats. I ain't forget about you. So on the savings side, I'm going to get back into that savings side. Even though I said this on the investment side, I'm going to say it on the savings side as well. Real estate. Buy property, man. I know it's kind of a trend here. Buy property. Property, when you buy property, even if you have a mortgage, it acts like a bank in the same way of properly structured life insurance policy does. Every time you pay down the principal, you're adding more value or freeing more value up in the equity of the property, which means there's more, technically there's more dollars that you can cash out in equity in the property every single time the mortgage is paid. So basically, as far as I'm concerned, I liken that to a type of piggy bank. And I think real estate, hands down, is one of the best ways to hold wealth, to save. Yes, real estate. On the savings side, if you're into it, especially by people down south, in the Gulf, in Cali, especially, if you're in cities that aren't directly sitting on top of the ocean, classic cars, man. Classic cars. You would be amazed if you're not already up on it, what these cars are going for in different parts of the country, let alone different parts of the world. If you have the connects, the know-how, the ambition to get your hands on a classic car, modify it just a little bit, make it look real dope, maybe wrap it or something, and get some attention behind it, you can make good money off of classic cars. I got a homeboy right now that's sourcing cars out of Cuba. Cuba, there's a trade embargo for a long time, like since the 50s or something. So they got those old school 50s Chevys and Dodges or whatever down there. My guy's pulling them out of there. He's making crazy money shipping them to China, man. So if you can get your hands on them, get your hands on the classic car and just sitting on it. There's people, I've seen shows, people on YouTube that, they be going around, they call them pickers. They be going around all around the country and stuff, going through people's yards and properties and their acreage and stuff and looking for old, rusted out cars and frames and stuff. And they grab them for a certain price, put a certain amount of money into them, and then go sell them at certain car shows and stuff to nostalgic old, I'm going to be honest, to nostalgic old white man who made it, cashed in. Now they cashed out on the cars that they grew up with. It's a niche, man. It's a niche, man. I know people getting paid. All right, let me jump on the investment side. Where we at? What is this? I can't even read my own handwriting, y'all. Oh, investing in other staple stocks and other staple companies, but on discount when stocks are down. What would be a stable company? Okay, so in this I'll say, obviously it's name brands that we've known for a long time. Maybe a brand like Coca-Cola. A brand that even if a new drink comes out, a brand like Coca-Cola is going to buy it out. What's another brand? Probably like maybe General Electric or something. The brands that ain't never gone nowhere for a long time probably ain't going anywhere anytime soon. I do due diligence, but, for a foundational investment of your portfolio, I don't think you can really go wrong, the OG stocks. It's just, it's all about timing when you grab them, I believe. And, yeah, I'm talking about what I know about, y'all. Let me stay on the investment side. This is probably important. I probably should do this number one. But on the investment side, invest in your education. Invest in your education. If you can't see it, you can't capitalize. If you can't recognize an opportunity, it doesn't exist to you. It never existed. The only time it exists is when someone brings it to your attention. Someone you trust and says, yeah, man, you missed that. And you're like, for real? And they're like, yeah. You didn't see that girl, the way she was looking at you, man? Oh, man, I didn't even see that. Yep, it's called a missed opportunity. And most missed opportunities are due to ignorance. And investing in your private education is probably the biggest and most important investment you can make. Because the more you know, the more you can do. And the more you understand, the more you can capitalize on. And you got to think about this over long term. You're probably going to live to be pretty old. So you got some time to learn some stuff. And you got some more time to learn some more stuff. So investing in your private education or in your public education or both is probably the biggest investment you can make just in front of investing in real estate. It's my opinion. Savings, on the savings side, how you can save, how I save, collectibles, little niche collectibles. Some people save, I know some people who save those old Coca-Cola bottles with the Coca-Cola in it, the old short ones and stuff, saved them. Probably was 25 cents when they came out. And this dude was selling them for $9, $10 a bottle. And he got 500 bottles. It was a niche. It was a niche collectible that he saw. And, of course, he had to wait some time to capitalize on it. But it was just part of his overall plan. He had a lot of those things, some porcelain dolls, some different knickknacks from the Army, old meals ready to eat from way back in the day, World War II memorabilia and stuff. Making money off this stuff, making money off of memorabilia, off of old people's stuff. It's a niche. And niche collectibles do their dance because people get nostalgic in their old age, man, and they want to be reminded of when they were younger. And anything that you can do to facilitate that nostalgia can get you money. Seriously. We coming to the end of the show. We got about 2.5 minutes left in the broadcast. I will go over a little bit. If you want to catch that and not get cut off, you want to call in 424-222-5250. That's 424-222-5250. Got 2 minutes left, y'all. So yeah, like niche collectibles, man. Those things can be huge. Those things can be huge. I got my aunties, some of my family that like to watch that. What's that show? The Antique Road Show, where people be coming in with their old stuff, trying to get them appraised, and people be getting surprised because they bring this old painting and it's worth, $50,000 or something like that. That's a niche. And then moving forward, collectible art is a big way to save. It's a very big way to save. Now, okay, that's a little on the high end. You know what I mean? Like, I know. But, hey, it's good to know, right? Everything's good to know? But, I think that's important. I think, knowing these options are important. On the investment side, 2 more. Relationships and people. Invest in relationships. Invest in people. You can't be on an island, man. You need a team. And the best team is the people that you know and the people that you trust and the people who have similar, upbringings, struggles, ambitions as you. And those people, usually are the people that you know. And the people that you invested time in to form a relationship. So invest in relationships. Get to know the people at your bank where you got your trust accounts. Be nice to them. Always smiling. Say hi to them. Invest in that relationship. Even if it's a business relationship. Invest in people and invest in relationships. It's a really big deal. It's a big thing, and if you miss it, you're going to miss a lot. And on the investment side, endowments. Now, a lot of people ain't heard of endowments. You can only take advantage of endowments through, a trust, an estate, or a private foundation, or a charity, a public charity. No individuals or corporations. So you got to get structured properly. But an endowment is a contract that you make with the with the hospital or university. It's a contract that you initiate on behalf of your trust, state, or foundation. With the hospital or university, you give them a lump sum of money. They have access to these high yielding interest accounts. They deposit the money in the account. Y'all negotiate to split the difference on the interest of the deposit. It can go for what curriculum you want taught in the university. It can go to help build a new wing in the hospital, whatever you want. And that's what the school will use their part of the interest on. The other part goes to your foundation or goes to your family trust for life, forever. After you pass, beyond that, as long as that hospital or university is in existence or after its existence, the endowments will be rolled into another hospital or university. It happens all the time. You'll get noticed. You can investigate these endowments. And that's on the investment side. That's not everything, but that's a nice chunk of how I save and how I invest on the private side. But what you could say and what we would say is publicly, but from the private side on behalf of my family estate. And, these are the things that I keep in mind. These are the things, the foundational principles and understandings that I always use as anchors when it comes to saving and investing. And it has done wonders. Wonders. It's changed life as well as the quality of life of my family. Wonders. And I'm not even talking about if it's a private family foundation and you got your family trust and your family trust is donating to your private family foundation. But there's a life insurance policy in the name of the foundation. So those donations, those charitable deducted donations, are being paid to pay premiums on life insurance policy, which gives access to capital, to cash value, which is then loaned to the business trust, the asset protection trust, possibly an individual. And the loan is not income. Income is a loan taxed. Is a loan income? Is it taxed? And is a repayment on a loan? I'm done. Structure is important. But understand the foundation is the most important. Man, I'm going to leave it at that. I think I'm going to go to the phone line, man. Do I have any? Look. I'm trying to give it to y'all. I'm really trying to give it to y'all. I hope y'all feel me. You know what? I've been getting hit up. I've been getting, people have been going to the website and sending a message through the website. I've been getting emails. I appreciate y'all because, lately, I'm just going to be honest. Lately, I've been getting a lot of people saying they appreciate the information that's brought forth on the foundation. And I appreciate that. It's not me, though. It's the ancestors. It's the creator. I'm just doing my job, I'm in a specific capacity. Don't fall off, you lose it. But I trust y'all enjoyed the show. I trust you gained something from it. I trust you learned something. And I trust that I was able to, in some way, shape, or form, inspire you to move forward in some way, shape, or form. But I am going to jump on the phone line and I'm going to get up out of here. Because y'all know how I do it. I like a lot of these guys. So, 602, let's go to you. Area code 602-9705 is the last poll. 602-9705. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
And we had to even research what's the right level. Because when you draw blood from here,
602.
So you want to be always using, if you're going to say, these are the levels that we're considering that.
They listening. They listening to the show and some other show. Hold on. Y'all got ADD. You got ADD. You giggling? I heard you giggling, man. See, y'all can tell. I'm clowning. I'm in a good mood. 925-1306. 925-1306. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from? 925-1306. 1306. 925. I mean, yeah, I can hear you. You sound like you around the corner down there.
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, man. It's your boy, Mr.
What's
Bay.
up, Brian? How you doing?
All right. Was enjoying your show and enjoying that little bit of somebody watching something else. I was curious what they was watching. Nah, man, you giving information for people like you usually. And the only thing I would say is that it's funny because my neighbor, I got a Caucasian neighbor who's a real surprising. I didn't think I was gonna be able, actually like the dude. He's really nice and everything, but this guy I've been working all his life. But he showed me to his house, and he was like, I was like, oh, you got a lot of nice pictures. He said, oh yeah, this one costs this much. So these are investments, And he said, I got a rug. That rug over there, I got it's very expensive, And he said, so a lot of this stuff I got in here, he had like a couple rugs and he had a couple pictures, like pictures of, and these are just. And he said, yeah, this is what I keep my investment at. A lot of people don't, think about these things as investment, I was like, that's true. Somebody might try to rob his house and they're not looking at the carpet, the rug that he got or the picture that they got.
Yeah, they come in there, give me the money, and they standing on an $80,000 rug. That's funny. That's true. That's absolutely true.
But it goes back what you're saying is that you gotta. They're not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna give you that game because if they give you that game, it's gonna. They got a lot of people are got a super duper head start. They ain't trying to let you come close to them, because they're concerned about you sometimes. Not all the time. Some of these, big big families, they don't care about you. But the ones, they like, I ain't about to give that. I had to learn myself. You got to figure out yourself. So, I appreciate you giving the information that you're giving right now because a lot of people ain't probably peep on that, especially like little things. Like I'll tell you, I heard people collecting Barbie dolls and making money from that, collecting toys and like rare video games, like because the thing is, a lot of this stuff is going digital. So some of these consoles that people be buying, like old the Super Nintendo, and you got games that you can't find no more, and they going for like a couple of thousands because you can't find original cartridge for that game no more. And it's crazy because you got to find things that people are going to find value, and you be surprised about what things people find value. So, yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, that's the nostalgia, man. People want it. People want what they, what they had when they were younger, or what they wanted when they were younger.
Yeah, and only thing else I'll say is, the ancestors are, giving you the possibility, to get this information. But I'm gonna say, you know, I'm gonna give you credit for sticking with it this long because you don't have to do this, you know. And you could have been doing something else. And if no one else says it, I appreciate it. I appreciate, finding, I guess, just the way things worked out. I was able to get around this information to get around a person like you and others. And I guess it was just meant to be. Things work out that way. I got in the right lane or I got in the right path and I start meeting with people. And like you said, one of the first investments to get around people that can help pull you up instead of pull you down. Because if you got people, a lot of your friends that you used to know, you might outgrow them because you're on another wavelength, you're on another path, and they ain't ready to move up there. And so you might end up meeting new people, getting a new, smaller group of people that you kicking with instead of all these people, and you giving them information, they give you information. And like I said, information is key. So, like I said, I appreciate it. Appreciate what you do. Appreciate the foundation. Appreciate the man Yusef. And appreciate everybody you bring on here. And letting people like me be able to absorb this and be able to express how I feel about it. And that's pretty much it.
Man, thank you. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you being down for the foundation so long. You were regular. You one of the brothers of the foundation. Yeah, man. Definitely thanks for you adding to the foundation. Yeah, man. Like, you buy rugs and paintings, and this stuff is valued. This stuff is definitely valued. So yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. You just gotta realize that you might be walking on something that's valuable. And it's like you said, the e-waste. It's so much stuff, and like you said, so many opportunities. You just gotta find it, because you're a creator. Like they said, all is in the mind, the mind's in the all. So you can create your reality. You just gotta have a willing and capable personality to do it, and find the people that can help you, and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. You take one step, man. The universe takes two with you, or two for you, maybe even three. Depends, I guess, right?
Hey, like I said, I appreciate you, man. None but love from here over in the Bay.
None but love. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in, man. Peace, peace, peace to the guys.
Peace.
All right, 718-8092. This looks familiar. This number looks familiar. Peace.
Hey, yeah, it's familiar. It's that what the deal type of dude.
It's my guy from Brownsville.
Yes. I'm gonna take. I'm taking everything I'm doing now. Is the wheels are winding in my head. And I'm inventing a new wheel. And a lot of dudes. A lot of these people, they from like, you have different sides of the track. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put like all the stuff I know, and I'm going to put it on the track. How they say, put that hole on the road, put that hole on the track. Everything I'm going to do, I'm going to put that house on the track. Once I flip it, and I'm going to put it out there. Acquire everything I'm going to do, I'm going to acquire something. I'm going to always acquire something. How they say acquire that equity, or you can put that house up, or you can put it up because, it's worth something. Every time I acquire something, and I advise everybody to do it. Like you said, you acquire, you just keep on going there, keep on going and ongoing, And I'm going to apply it, I'm going to apply it. I'm going to take it to another level, I'm going to take it to another level. I always just say I'm going to be the black Donald Trump. In real estate, but I'm gonna let you take the next caller. Always love for you, and always be safe and keep on doing what you're doing.
Appreciate you, man. Peace to the guys.
All right, peace to God.
You know what? I just got a text. And unfortunately, I gotta go. I'm out of here. Luckily, we are at the end of the show, so it's not so disrupted. I know there's other callers. I apologize. But, I gave it to you. Welcome to thefoundation.com. You can sign up for the email list. Definitely want to do that. Book a consultation. I definitely recommend you inquire with regards to trustee training if you haven't already. And, beyond that, I really trust that, y'all gain something from the show. And that, it helps you think at the very least. And at the most, it helps you to continue to move forward in your transition into the private. With that being said, I definitely want to thank the people who called in. I want to thank you, Safel, as always, for, being the big brother. And I want to invite you to email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. If you have any questions, you want to do a consultation, you got questions about trustee training, you're looking to start your own business, your LLC, entity classification, questions on EINs, whatever, it doesn't matter. Hit me up, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Y'all have a great week. Enjoy yourself. I'll catch you next week. Take care of yourself. And you know what I want to say, and things you're thankful for. I don't care if it's corny. What you gonna do from the South Side? I love y'all, man. Y'all have a great week. Peace to the God.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.